On this Monday morning, the 20th day of April, 2020. And I'm John Reid. Glad you are with us here on News Radio WRVA. We've tried to bring you a medical perspective on this situation every day. Somebody in the medical community, whether they're here in Richmond practicing today or whether they are out of state, kind of keeping track of the numbers, trying to make sure we have an interview every day with somebody with that perspective. And the other thing we've tried to do every day that we have been dealing with the coronavirus is talk about groups that are reaching out, whether they're charities or whether they're government organizations, to try to solve the problems that are popping up around Central Virginia. And Emily Ashley is the Director of Citizen Information and Resources in Chesterfield County. And Emily, I really appreciate you coming on to talk to us today, because you got two programs that you all are working on that I think a lot of people in this community would be very interested in. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
Of course. Well, you want to start with Letters of Love? That seems like something that a lot of parents who are probably pulling their hair out at this point might be interested in.
Yes, so our Letters of Love campaign, it started, we had the idea in a partnership with schools kind of right around the time that the kids had their school year canceled, knowing that people are in their homes, feeling isolated, but they still want to help, and knowing that there's also other people, seniors, that are also isolated. And so we wanted to do some intergenerational planning, and so we created the Letters of Love campaign. And what this is we're encouraging all students, no matter what their age is to write a letter or draw a picture or just something that makes them think that they're thinking of a loved one or an older adult, and mail that into our office at 9800 Government Center Parkway in Chesterfield. And then we will collect these letters and then distribute them to nursing homes and assisted care facilities where there might be a senior that's in social isolation right now. And so this will be a program to brighten someone's day. And we've done this on a small scale with our Senior Reassurance program, which we'll talk more about here in a minute. And it has gone over so well that the kids making the cards feel like they're helping someone, and then the seniors that are receiving the cards, it brings a smile to their face. So it's a really cool program that we're hoping that we get overwhelmed with letters and then we're able to distribute these throughout our community.
You probably can't overstate how scary and awful it would be to be alone in your 70s, 80s, 90s, and be told you can't even talk to people down the hall of your nursing home or in your apartment building or across the street, because there's the fear that doing so could make you susceptible to something that could kill you. That's got to be an emotionally traumatizing situation for anybody to be in, but especially a senior.
Absolutely. We know that social isolation, even before all of this was happening, was an issue. And so we're just trying to find new ways to continue to engage with our seniors. And so this is one of those programs that will hopefully allow us to do that.
I take note of the telephone reassurance program. Tell me about how that actually works, because I can think of some people I know right now who could probably use a daily phone call to check on them.
Absolutely. So we have our telephone reassurance program. This is a program, again, we had before the pandemic started, but we've actually expanded it. So 7 days a week, if you are age 50 or above, you can call. The phone number to register for the program is 804-768-7878. And this registers you we have a bank of volunteers. They're all vetted and background checked. And from 10 a.m. to noon, they'll call and just give a warm voice and make sure that the person that they're doing okay. If they have any unmet needs that we may need to be processing with other departments and other agencies in our scope. And really, it's just to give that friendly voice. And so they're called every single day from our bank of volunteers. And again, it truly is just a reassurance program. And so anyone can register if they feel like they need a call. And during the pandemic, we've also opened it up to, again, those assisted living facilities, people that may used to have a family member that would come in and visit and they no longer can. And so they just need that warm voice to talk to on a daily basis.
Have you had some people who've said, I don't know where to get food, and I've run out of food in the refrigerator and I'm scared to go to the grocery store? I can imagine that would be a very real situation out there.
Yes, Yes, we have had that. We have, there's all kinds of different food needs. And people who have food needs, we want to make sure that they are referred to our Department of Social Services. And I know I'm throwing out so many phone numbers for you today. And all of this information can be found on the county's website at chesterfield.gov. But our food number is 748-1100 is the main number for social services. So if people have food needs, we want them to be vetted through that process first, because if it is a issue that's outside of the pandemic and you're a senior, we want to make sure that you have the correct resources for long after that this disaster is over. And so we do have people, and we have some really wonderful organizations that we've been able to partner with if we do have to do some porch drop-off deliveries. And so we're working with our nonprofit and volunteer organizations to be able to do that as well. So it's been, we see the best of people during disasters, and that's no different during this one, to see all of these different departments and groups and organizations really partner together to take care of our community.
So I'm going to repeat those numbers again, because I know some people will be calling our newsroom asking for them. You correct me if I got it wrong, Emily. 768-7878 to sign up for the telephone reassurance program, right?
That's correct, yep.
And for the food needs, potential food needs, 748-1100. 748-1100.
Yes.
Okay. Well, listen, I just pulled up the Letters of Love Chesterfield website. So if you're interested in, maybe getting your kids to send a letter in a generic sense to somebody out there, this might be the one communication they get during the week to kind of keep them afloat during this crisis. Go to chesterfield.gov and you'll find the Letters of Love program there. And Emily Ashley, who's the director of Chesterfield's Citizen Information Group, really appreciate you joining us today. Thank you.
Great. Thanks so much for having us.
It's 9